Welcome back to the Crypto's Key Conversation. Today's video, one of our major topics we're going to be discussing is this breaking from Watcher Guru. It says crypto lender Voyager has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Also throughout the video, we're going to be having some Ripple versus SEC updates with Johnny Deaton. Also, we're going to be covering one of Ben Armstrong, BitBoy Crypto's tweets in regards of kind of what's been happening with the SEC going after the wrong platforms. And then Riz XRP put up this great video with, it's on Paul Barron's network. I guess it was an interview with him and Johnny Deaton. And Johnny Deaton's kind of speaking on the case of the century. And then Wheezy X covering the secret disclosed JP Morgan owns critical Ethereum infrastructure. So we covered a little bit of this in one of our past videos, but he's kind of resurfacing the overwhelming topic there. And then we're going to cover Jeremy Hogan talking about what Chapter 11 bankruptcy is. And then we're going to end on this Watcher Guru. Says Justin FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried says the exchange has over $2 billion they could use in crypto industry deals if needed. And then covering this, some updates with the whole Ethereum address holdings of people holding at least one Ethereum within the ecosystem hits a new all-time high. Starting with CoinGecko, though, we're currently still under $1 trillion market cap. We're currently sitting at 955 billion, currently at a standstill here in a neutral zone in a 24-hour period. Bitcoin sitting at 20,399. Ethereum sitting at 1,160. We're coming down here to XRP. We're currently sitting just under 33 cents, currently at 1.2% for the day. And looking at the 24-hour gainers, Evmos is up 7.7%, StoraChain 5.9%, Avalanche 5.8%. So there's some small gainers here. You even have Sandbox up here. Coming over here to the Bitcoin Fear Greed Index, we're currently sitting 1 point lower than we were yesterday. So we have a tick here at 18. Obviously, we're still in this extreme fear range, and there's a lot of reasons for that. We cover it every day in our videos, some of the topics, geopolitical stuff, inflation, Jerome Powell and the Fed, a lot of negative narratives, and just a lot of, I guess we can say negative headlines, people pushing this fear-driven campaign, if you will, within our markets. And one of the big ones, especially being the whole UST and Terra Luna collapse. And now you have Celsius, Voyager, and all these major platforms going under, filing for bankruptcy, and so on. Starting with Johnny Deaton here, he says, looks like I have to sue the SEC over a Freedom of Information Act request, or FOIA request, for the Hemmings calendar. Initially, the SEC argued his calendar was created only for his personal convenience and did not constitute an agency record. Can you believe such nonsense? Like, nobody else utilized his calendar. So we can click in here. You can kind of pause and kind of read what he has screenshotted here. Coming down here, he continues. He says, I applied this absurd finding, arguing that other agency employees would have relied on his calendar to conduct agency business. We have proof thanks to Empower Oversight and Jason Foster suing the SEC. Now, how Hemming refers the ethics chief to his calendar in order to schedule a meeting. So you can come in here and kind of see what he's talking about here in this image he put up. There's media file. And then he ends here saying, the Office of General Counsel finally agreed that the calendar was in fact a, quote, agency record, and remanded the appeal for further action. That was December 2021. On March 1st, 2022, an SEC Freedom of Information Act specialist informed my office that she was, quote, still consulting with other SEC staff. So just all this roundabout, they don't want to be transparent. They don't want to let, Johnny Dean, or even if it's Jason Foster, Empower Oversight, they want to do everything in their power to, in a sense, shield or hide as much information as they can, because they know there's conflicts of interest, and there's been shady wrongdoings, backdoor, behind closed doors deals that's been affecting investors and affecting and manipulating the market, the crypto market, which is crazy. And this is supposed to be the SEC that's set out to protect investors, which is crazy. The whole thing behind the premise behind the SEC is to protect investors, right? To make sure that these companies or these assets that are considered securities or whatnot, make sure that they provide as much information so the investors can have enough information to make an educated decision on regards of investing. But the SEC can't even be transparent themselves. It's crazy. Continuing on, Johnny Deaton's referencing CoinDesk's article and post here, it says, U.S. officials who own cryptocurrencies have been disqualified from working on regulations that could have a, quote, direct and predictable effect on the value of their personal holdings by a government watchdog. So Johnny Dean says, in 2018, an SEC lawyer could own XRP. There was no policy similar to the one involving securities. Why? Because they weren't considered securities. Even though an enforcement lawyer could own XRP in 2018, the SEC claims Brad Gallhouse and Chris Larson were reckless in 2013. I mean, for us, that's been following the case, and has been invested in XRP, and that's been kind of following what the community has been posting. I mean, this is stuff we all know, and it's just crazy that this is all here for everyone to see. And we've been tagging congressmen and women. We've been tagging the powers that be, SEC officials, just to get some clarity around what's been happening. But we just kind of get roundabout answers, and a lot of shielding and trying to hide stuff, trying to suppress further information, and trying to delay as much as they possibly can. Especially that's been the SEC's tactic when it comes to this Ripple versus SEC stuff, because they know they're wrong. They don't have the truth on their side like Ripple and XRP does. Coming over here, I had quote tweeted what Ben Armstrong said in his tweet here, and I thought it was pretty interesting. It says companies, SEC and Dirty Gary Gensler should have gone after Celsius and Voyager. So they're talking about their recklessness with their money and the money of their so-called clients, or their people who utilize their platforms, when it comes to, them putting a lot of their capital into their Three Arrows Capital that ended up filing, I think it's like Chapter 15 bankruptcy or something like that. He was saying that the SEC and Gary Gensler should have went after them, but what did they do? They went after Ripple Labs, who was trying to be completely transparent the entire time, trying to do everything by the book for what they understood, and was having meetings and whatnot with the SEC, trying to do things right, and they went after Ripple Labs. Oh, I feel like a sneeze is coming. Anyways, XRP Crypto Will says SEC Chairman Gary Gensler needs to get his priorities straight and go after real crypto scammers instead of good companies like Ripple. Tim says, don't forget ETHgate, $15 million for free pass. That's the truth. That's the truth right there, man. And Bill Hemming, that's what we got to do. We got to come up with $15 million to get the free pass. This from Riz XRP says, case of the century, hashtag XRP update with Johnny Deaton. This is Paul Barron. So let's take a listen into this.
That there's a good chance that Ripple outright wins completely on all sides of the fence. I'm confident that the judge isn't going to declare today's XRP a security.
I mean, I want to say, if not 90+% of the people that are aware of XRP and its utility use case, the community, how decentralized it is, can agree. Yeah, it's clear that today's XRP isn't a security for sure. Obviously, there's some sort of argument for what happened in the past. There wasn't an ICO. We all know that, but it's like there's an argument for that. But to say today's XRP, traded and sold, bought and sold into the secondary market is considered a security is completely crazy. But yeah, it'd be awesome, and I wouldn't be surprised if Ripple and XRP, didn't win this case outright, because there's so many facts and the truth is on their side that their case is so strong, especially if these him and emails come on. Jeremy Hogan was saying that we could hear some verdict in regards to that motion from the judge this week. So we're just kind of a waiting game to see kind of what happens. But it is game over. If Ripple gets access to those him and emails, you can expect a settlement faster than you can blink. That's just my, what I think based on the information that's been presented from, these lawyers and people that practice law, kind of know what's going on. This from WheezyX. It says, blockchain and crypto was designed to remove the middleman, meaning banks. So JP Morgan positioned themselves in ETH and purchased in big, meaning like being as a disguised well, to try to take over the space, then attack the competition, meaning, Ripple XRP. By manipulation and by using their connections, they did it through hashtag ETHgate. So it says, a secret disclosed, JP Morgan owns critical Ethereum infrastructure. So this was something that came out when we were, deep into the case and, uploading videos on this channel. We were talking about when this haul had surfaced, and there was there's a TikTok video that was going viral, kind of putting like a 1 minute concise version of all the shady stuff that's been happening with this ETH stuff. And JP Morgan, even from Joe Lubin's own words, stated that JP Morgan was there even before the public was even aware of this Ethereum, pre-sale ICO. So clearly, this whole ETHgate stuff is real. This is not a conspiracy theory. This isn't unfounded speculation. This is facts from the horse's mouth, in a sense, the people that were doing these shady deals. You know, Joe Lubin going out gloating and bragging about this free pass and all this stuff that he's doing. He has this token factory. They were literally trying to create a monopoly with Ethereum, and they've been caught. So it's just a matter of, you know, what's going to happen next. What is Congress and the powers that be in the government going to do about all the shady stuff that's been happening? Coming over here, this is from Johnny Deaton, referring to CoinDesk's tweet here. Says, crypto winner. What crypto winner? 3 executives have left JP Morgan for crypto gigs in a single week. Johnny Deaton says, exactly what Charles and I were talking about on Making Money with, I think it was Charles Payne. I think that's his name. Charles brought up someone from Citi Securities. I think this is, Citadel Securities, leaving for crypto. Now 3 from JP Morgan. Crash the market, buy near or at the bottom, and then promote crypto as an investment opportunity of a lifetime. And literally just yesterday, we made a video that says, don't let them take your spot in this current transfer of wealth. We're talking about how the Wall Street playbook is this. Crash the market, buy near or at the bottom, and then promote crypto as an investment opportunity. So you hear people time and time talking about this. You had Tika Tawari and that gentleman that we showed in our video yesterday, how they were kind of laying it out, how it happens. They're going to put out this negative campaign, this negative narrative to put fear in the market so you can sell your assets as they accumulate. And then they're going to throw it back in your lap and sell it at a premium to where they become, you know, even more rich. And that's how they say, you know, the rich get richer and the poor get poor. And that's one aspect of it. There's multiple aspects, you know, to that formula, but that's one of them. Is like, fear drives people to sell, meaning the retail investors, as, you know, the I guess you could say the more wealthier, more educated, sophisticated people when it comes to investing, because they know these trends and they know how psychology works in the markets. That's what they do, so they become richer. Moving on here, some Watcher Guru says, breaking, crypto lender Voyager has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So this is a big deal that's going on, and there's some actually. There's some information. I think you can go to, I don't know if it's Voyager, but you can go to a couple different Twitter accounts, and they kind of talk about some of the specifics in regards of what's going to happen with the actual people that utilize this platform, what's going to happen with their assets and their funds within that platform. But Jeremy Hogan says, Chapter 11 bankruptcy is a reorganization. At the end of Chapter 11, the business will continue/survive, which sounds good unless it owes you money, because it's your debt that is being reorganized. Generally, it takes at least 6 to 9 months for a plan to be approved. I want to say it's coming out here, right here. He's referring to, I think Tipsy Tiger here says, the tweet thread is really well done. It sounds good, but reading between the lines, you, Tipsy Tiger, are correct. No one is getting 100% of their funds or crypto back, which is absolutely crazy. And I was actually talking to one of my good friends about, I just don't have the best feeling about, you know, platforms. And, you know, I always recommend, you know, we never put, a big portion or a big allocation of our portfolio onto, you know, an exchange, you know, to custody our assets. You know, I've taught my friend, like, hey, you know, make sure you use, you know, a hard cold storage wallet or Ledger or whatever, or you can use like a mobile wallet. And this is one of the reasons why, because like if something like this happens, you know, we can't get 100% of our money back. That's like, nah, that can't happen. We all work too hard for our money, and I feel bad for, you know, a lot of the families and investors that were infected by all this shady stuff happening since the whole Terra Luna and UST stuff, and now it's trickling down into all these other platforms. So yeah, to hear that they're not going to get 100% of their funds back, it's just like, wow, that would kill me. It would literally just break my heart for real. This from Watcher Guru says, just in FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried says the exchange has over $2 billion they can use in crypto industry deals if needed. So obviously you can see that, you know, the players that are going to be successful, you know, you have, you know, Ripple had a fat allocation of money that, you know, they were in a sense almost planning for this rainy day, if you will, to where they can continue to grow and develop, knowing that we were going to have some sort of, you know, downtrend, or even not even knowing that, just expecting it, you know, planning ahead for that rainy day. Now you have Sam Bankman-Fried, even, you know, CZ from Binance, these major companies, you know, these major platforms have this capital to, you know, buy up all these, you know, these smaller exchanges, these smaller platforms to, you know, only strengthen their empire. And it could be healthy for, you know, the crypto market. But then again, you know, who knows, you know, what their underlying or their end goal is. But, you know, from what I know, this is huge. You know, obviously there's been talks of Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX and I think it's Alameda or something, you know, bailing out certain platforms or whatnot, kind of helping them out during these times. But, you know, there's always some sort of, as they say, give and take, or there's always some other agenda that's happening. So it's just kind of a waiting game to see kind of what happens. I wonder what they're going to do with this $2 billion that they have, and I'm sure that, he and FTX has a lot more than that. But curious to see what's going to happen here. We're going to end on this one. It says, watch your guru. Just in the number of addresses holding at least one Ethereum has reached a new all-time high of, we'll just say 1.5 million. So that's absolutely huge. You can see that people are still starting to accumulate. And I know there's individuals out there that have multiple wallets. I have like 10 or 12 different wallets that I utilize that has, a certain different, percentage of Ethereum or and other assets in it. But the point is it's still, adoption and the rate of growth is still happening even within these, extreme fear times that we're in. And that's just kind of how it is. And it was been like that since I've been in since late 2017. As I started running into the, the last market cycle top, went through the bear market, went through all the ebbs and flows of the market all the way up until this point. So it's been happening. And just based on history, the crypto market it's truly only going up. It's not going up in a straight line, but the rate of growth and adoption is very just like how they compare to the internet. So it's just a matter of when this thing takes off, not if. So yeah, that's the update there. I want you to make sure you come to the Crypto is Key Conversation YouTube channel and subscribe. I really appreciate the support. Come and follow us on Twitter at Crypto is Key 1. Really excited to continue to grow these accounts, and we're going to continue to bring you and provide you great information and start a conversation on the major topics within the industry. With all that being said, stay strong out there and be safe.